Bitcoin, the best money we've ever had.
Hi everybody. See that there's 3 people here, a little bit early. Just hanging out, making sure all the settings are adequate. Listening to myself on YouTube, many different YouTube channels. Hi everybody. See that there's 3 people here, a little bit early. Gonna hang out about 2 minutes, get started once I'm waiting for the other viewers to get here. Hey Paige, how are you doing? Hopefully the market was very friendly to you. It's interesting always to hear myself on my phone and seeing if it works or not. Hey Thomas, how are you? Lovely Friday afternoon. I think this might be a good time to be doing a live stream because of end of the month options. So we could look at possibilities for Monday and future. Let's get started. So we're going to be live streaming this. This will be recorded and back on the YouTube channel. I'll definitely post it to all the medias that we have. Just before I get started, it was my last day of school and wanted to show a little bit of my empty classroom. Yes, thanks Thomas. I saw that QS. Nice little covered call side there. I'm on the cash secured put side, but maybe get on the covered call side at one point. As you can see, empty classroom. One cool thing is I got a new projector the other day, so be able to do a little higher definition. And also, for next school year, they're getting me a Promethean board where I can do a lot of cool things and show off many trades and whatnot. So looking forward to that in the future. Okay, I'm just going to go over my week and then possible options for next week. If anyone that's watching has any questions or thoughts, let me know in the chat box and we'll get to it in the order received. Okay, let's check on the display capture. Think that comes up. So I was a pretty busy bee over here from 5:17 all the way to today. We're at trade number 205 all the way to trade 226. A little bit busier than most weeks here, mostly because it was the end of the trading month and also being able to see a lot of good opportunities where I could have made some profits. So just real quickly on this, EH I've had for a while. Actually, this is a new EH that I had. Quick 41, buy to close at 30 for 11. AMC I was in and out of quite a bit, and I was getting a little weary of it when it hit near 12. So I had a strike at 10, got out for a quick $17. Then I had another one at 604 down to 9. And again, just got out quick for $18. 17 plus 18, I could go out to the movies and maybe buy a popcorn, hopefully. CCIV I've been doing covered calls on for a while. My cost basis now started at 26, which hurt a bit because we're at the 20s. And went all the way to 2041 on my cost basis. So constantly selling those customer puts and covered calls, lowering that cost basis. We're at 2041, and CCIV is still in the teens, 1981, year of my birth. So still have a little ways to go if I want to get all the way back to the 26 there. So I did sell a 22.5 covered call, and I still have that one open. TNA I've been getting in and out a little bit on. Started on beginning of the week for a weekly. It went from 90 to 41 very quickly. Usually I just wait for this until it's 5 cents and then buy it back, but this is a quick $49 gain in about 2 days. So started there, I went with it again, 528, just rolled it out to the next Friday. Moved up the strike from 75 to 80, $94 premium. If we look at TNA right now, we're at 86.76. So pretty good cushion. 86.76 minus 80. It's in the money by out of the money by $6.76. Divide that by the current share price, and we have a good 7.7, 7.8% downside protection on that, and still trying to get that 1% a week. VIPS was unfortunate position here. I did have one at 21, $20 premium, and then I had to buy to close it for $400. VIPS dropped quite a bit on their earnings, even though their earnings look pretty good. Their future outlook, they were a little hesitant on, and that really spooked this position. So we're at 22.68. I was considering doing a covered call, just getting a sign on it, but I actually rolled out my cash secured put. So here I ran out another month to 618. I did get 447 in premium for it. So if you want to figure out the total premium gained, I gained 20, I gained 447, I lost 380 when I rolled. So we're still at $87 in net premium for this position. 67, it's supposed to be 87. So we're at 25.13 in my cost basis. If VIPS gets up to 25, by the end of the next month, I'll be essentially at break even. This will be one that I might have to be very patient on in order to get back to near 26. We'll see how it goes. Okay, a few others. Riot, a little hesitant on. I did want weekly down to 21. I did get $26 in premium. Bought to close at 10, so quick, doing bad math, $16 gain. And definitely was interested in that one because it went down quite a bit. 22.84, it would have expired worthless, but it's been dropping quite a bit. The price of Bitcoin has been going down quite a bit this afternoon. I do still have some in Riot. So I still have 2 positions in Riot, but the strike's at 16, and we're going out to 604, so a few more weeks. $84 premium. The 16 hopefully will hold. I think it's probably going to be okay for now. Just going to let it be, just like the Beatles. Next, WPG, pretty interesting case. This is a mall REIT that actually has a mall right next to my house. It's at $1.88, $1.50 cash secured puts, paying 15 to 20 right now. Really good return. Let's say you get 15 off it. 15 divided by 1.5. We're looking at a 10% return in a month. So pretty good overall monthly return if it expires worthless. Decent amount of downside protection. 1.88 minus 1.5 divided by the original 1.88. 20% downside protection in a month. However, this stock could move like waterfalls. You know, when they hear the term falling knife, that's a big falling knife right there. And it did this in the past. So this is one to be careful on, because it could keep going. If I do a support resistance line, there's support or maybe resistance at 5. Doesn't really matter, right? It did touch near 180 at one point. But what's interesting is my put line is not even on the chart because it doesn't go down to 1.5. So decent amount of downside protection on that. Oops, sorry. We'll see how it goes on it. QS I've been going in and out of. Yesterday, 520, $25 premium. Bought to close at 15, quick $10. And I got back into that position. Currently, we're at a weekly for strike price of 24. Made $36 on it. So 36 divided by 24, looking at 1.5% in a week and a day. Right now, QS is 26.85. Still has a little bit of room. It has been dropping quite a bit. Not really any support levels, but my red line is where my cash secured put line is. Still have to drop quite a bit in order to get to the strike price. RKT, it's just like CCIV. I'm not going to spend much time on it. I'm just essentially selling covered calls, waiting for it to get back up. Fubo is a quick one. I could have kept it, but I thought I found better positions. It was a $18 premium, bought to close at 12, quick $6 in a day. The IPS again. XOSL, I did get out of this position completely at this point yesterday. $104 premium, bought to close it at 80. So $24 off of 27 in a day. That's how we do in the Theta Gang, 0.88% in a day. I'll take that every day of the week and Sunday twice. But I am currently out of the XOSL because of the newer positions I did. I did a very risky play here, even though it doesn't look risky. CVM, it's at 2066 when I made the trade. We're at 2078, went up a bit, but the premium did not change at all. My premium level is not even anywhere to be seen here. There it is. Look at this big downside cushion. We went from 2078 to 1578 down, less than the current price if I'm going to be in the money. The delta is 0.02. Very good delta. Like to see those low deltas. Premium was 66. This was for 3 positions, by the way. So 22 per position. Everything looks great. Why wouldn't I do this with all of my funds? Well, CVM is in the midst of a pretty big drug trial for new cancer medicine that might help out, which won't use chemotherapy. They're going to most likely do the trial results before June 18th. I don't expect the premium to be dropping much until then, so I'm pretty much going to hold on to this. The downside protection ideally is good enough, even if the news ends up being horrible. But I was actually considering buying a put on this for protection. Didn't actually do it, but considering a cheap one. So if the stock does tumble to say 7, and I buy a Kessler put at maybe 15, 17.50, that would actually make some money on the other end. If the stock jumps up because the trial news was good, this will be an easy return. The 2 that I made today, I did this on the Patreon. If you're interested in the Patreon, you want to join patreon.com/investingteacher. Give 2 Kessler put trades each day and one-on-one help with everybody. Yala, 521 to 618. Stock price was 1684. Strike at 1250. You guys can still get in on this on Monday, by the way. Did shoot up quite a bit. Not much of a support line. Maybe you could say this is a support, possibly. Pretty new stock as well. Still have a good amount of downside protection here. And made a pretty decent premium. $74 premium. This was off of, I think, 1? 2? It was off one of them. $73 premium off $12.50. That's a good return. 73 divided by 12.5. Looking at a 5.8% return in a month. A little higher than I normally go. But the delta is 0.16. This is probably one I'm going to try to buy to close relatively early. Another one that I did was the BTCM. This is a Bitcoin one. So it dropped like a rock in a hard place. Down 292, 23%. Luckily I didn't do this before this happened, but I did it at 9.73. So we're looking at a good amount of downside protection for the strike of 5. $17 premium. Delta's 0.06. What we want to do, you want to have low deltas with a premium that you're pretty happy with. Try to get that balance between the two, right? Go back to the, there I am. So quick thing I just want to mention, want to look for the low deltas. Ideally the delta's under 30. Every single one of the trades I made, the delta was under 30. Some are even at 20, 15. And the delta shows a percent chance that, approximate percent chance that it could expire worthless. So we want to go for low percents here because we want to have that good cushion. We want to have some good downside protection. Obviously if we're going pretty far out of the money, you're going to have a lot of downside protection there because if you didn't at the money call, you're essentially at a 50-50 because the stock could either go up or go down. We want to go to low deltas so we have a good cushion there and then look for a premium that you're pretty comfortable and happy with. I'm looking personally for 4% a month and I know not every trade will work. Go down to 2%. So some of the possibilities for Monday, you can look at Yaya, look at BTCM. Let's go through the trusty old Thinkorswim scanner. Just quickly go over the parameters of the scanner. Delta, we're looking at 30 to 10. I don't like the deltas 0.01, 0.02. You could sometimes get some weird CVM type stuff there. Days for expiration, we're looking at the monthlies here because it is the end of May options for monthlies. So 25 to 45 days. Return on risk, I'm looking for at least 4% in the month. Max it out to 8%. If you do a max of 15, 20%, you can get some weird stuff coming out. I just happen to do a $20 or higher strike to 100 here. Implied volatility, like at least 50. If you go lower than 50, you're not going to get many positions. I went all the way to 200 on this one. And I want to see a little bit of open interest, just so if you put open interest 0, you get a lot of weird stuff. Here's a few possibilities for Monday. If those of you that are on the stream, we have 11 strong right now. If there's any particular position you want me to look into more detail, definitely let me know in the chat. FUBA is still in there for the monthly 1750. Going to get you 4.29% in the month. Laser, I've been hearing quite a bunch about it. I don't know what I'm talking about. 1750 strike, going to 4.32%. Let's look at LAZR. Luminar Technologies from 21 to 17.5. Doesn't look too bad. Delta 0.19. IV's less than 100%. Right now, you might be able to get about 70 on the open on Monday. 70 over 17.5. Exactly 4% return. LAZR might be one to look into further. Dairy Queen stock. What's DQ? I don't even know what that is. It's not Dairy Queen, is it? DACO New Energy Corporation. Okay. DQ at 70. Paying 310. Delta's close to the 30. IV's 78. Might be able to get 310 off it. 310 off of 70. 4.42%. If you have a lot of funds, consider DQ. And go get a Dairy Queen if it works out. Those dipped ice creams look good. J Mia, I see come up quite a bit. Plug 2. J Mia looking at 27 and change. If you go to around 22, pay, let's say I'll give you 70. 70 divided by 22, still looking at 3%. The 23 is paying more. Delta 0.22, IV under 100, might be another one to look at. For these, I would probably set it by the close order at about 20, 25 or so. Try to get that initial theta decay and go from there. Mara, some people are very hesitant about, but how much lower could Bitcoin actually go? Could go quite a bit lower. I'm not going to say otherwise. The Mara at 15, paying 90, 6% in a month. Delta 0.15, nice little cushion there. IV's a little high at 150, but good downside protection. It has to go down 589 in a month, and you're going to get 6%. There's nothing that could go wrong with Mara. Honestly, if you do Mara Riot, let's just look at Bitcoin price. I was being sarcastic about that. And Bitcoin. Is that a new one? All right, Bitcoin, we are looking at 36,000. Pew! Roller coaster. It went from 41,000 to 36,000 in an hour? Not even? That's what the danger is with these Bitcoin prices. And that's what's going to make a lot of these particular positions be very weary of, especially on the catch your put side. I would want a little bit more downside than the 15s, to be honest, if I'm going out in a month. I'd probably go to around 13. 50, let's say. Looking at 3.8%, that would probably be a better bet in my case. So consider the Mara for 618 at 30. Get 50 bucks off it. Delta's 0.09, up 10%. You get a little bit more of a cushion because you don't want to be in a situation like Raya and Mara. Raya and Mara look very similar, look like twins a little bit. It hasn't dropped as well, it dropped a lot. All right, we're at 56 on early April. Slice it more than half. Here's Riot. Riot was in the 70s, now down to 20s. So you gotta be careful of these stocks. Don't be thinking just because the delta's 10%, everything's gonna work well. Everything very well might work well 9 out of 10 times, but that 1 out of 10 could be really dangerous. Another quick thing I wanted to show that I've been looking into more. If you go to studies, I like looking at the IV, and if the implied volatility chart is relatively high and then starts to decrease, if you're able to get it when the IV is relatively high and then the IV starts to go down, even if the price of the stock doesn't move much or even moves slightly down in the case your put side, you still could easily get out of it with a profit. So right now the Riot, though it looks like it's pretty low, it's still at 145, which is very high. So be interesting to see if you're going to want to do this one. Again, big downside protection. I'm at 16. Right now, still okay, but definitely a little hesitant on it. That's all I have for now. If anyone in the live stream has any particular positions you'd like me to look into, please let me know in the chat. There we go. See, there's 9 of you still there. Thanks a lot for joining in. If there's any positions you need help with, any possibilities you're considering for Monday, just let me know in the chat. I'll stick around another minute or so. If there's no one on the chat, I'm going to just do weird bobbing around, which is okay too. I could bob around. It's a live chat. I know there's a delay from when I talk and when you guys hear it, so it's usually about 5 to 10 seconds, so that's why I'll wait a little bit longer. It's like I'm a chemistry teacher right now and I'm trying to give a joke to people in the live stream and there was no reaction. Bad joke. I do have a nice t-shirt on. Y'all need science, right? Y'all need, well, I guess we all do, right? All right, so thanks a lot, everybody, for joining in. Looks like there are no questions here, but just let me know in the chat. You could respond to any of my comments on my videos. I get a notification right away, and we'll respond to them as I have time for them. If you are on the Discord, thanks a lot for joining on the Discord, and definitely let others know about it. Well, I'm still free for the rest of the month for those of you that joined for this month, and definitely appreciate all the support there. And if you let anyone know, definitely appreciate the support there. So I'm going to sign off now. Thanks again, and talk to you guys next time.